Okay, so it's the 8th of April. No, it's not. 8th of May, what I'm on about. And I picked this up from CEX today for £1. So, yeah, also, just a note, I've sanitised this box just now, just with a bit of hand sanitizer. Because the employee at CEX was constantly sneezing. And because I watched him basically walk from one end to the store, and he was sneezing all over the aisles. And then when he got to the front of the store, he was sneezing onto his hand, and then he touched this. I was just like, ooh. He's also touched the receipt as well. It's like, ooh, not very nice. So, yeah, thankfully I will be ripping this, so I won't need to use the disc or touch it afterwards. But yeah, I've sanitised the outside of the box just so I can bear touching it and not get whatever the hell he had. Probably just hay fever, to be honest. But yeah, this is the Thief Lord, which, despite being a Warner Brothers title, basically this film is not available on any streaming service. It's also not available to buy digitally, and I think the DVD is out of print as well. So, yeah, and the thing is, this film, I've wanted to watch this film again for years, but I could never remember the name of it properly, because there's another film called The Lightning Thief, which obviously, this came out in 2006, I can't remember. Alexa, when did The Lightning Thief come out?
The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan was published on the 28th of July 2005.
Alexa, when did The Lightning Thief film come out?
Audible.com.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, when did The Lightning Thief film come out? Doesn't want to know now. Anyway, but you can see, so I could never remember the title of this. So for the longest time, I had vague memories of this film from 2006, but I couldn't remember what the film was. And last night it dawned on me. I remember, because the thing is, most of the film I couldn't remember, but I do remember some vague plots of it. So this might be minor spoiler alert, but or it might be complete rubbish. I don't know. This is only vague things I can remember. I do remember that these two are brothers, I believe. They escape an orphanage, and they meet this guy. This is the titular Thief Lord, who's a kid who steals stuff, apparently, and he's looking for, like, a magic carousel like that, where if you ride it one way onto one part, then you get older, and if you ride it the other way, you get younger. Yeah. Or it's, if you sit on a certain seat, you get older or younger. But that's what they're looking for in the film. Because the Thief Lord wants to be older. But yeah, this is only available in DVD, which is a shame, because obviously I would like to watch it in HD. But nevertheless, there's the receipt. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I will place the receipt inside like that, and I'm just going to sanitize my hands. And that, obviously, he only touched it with his thumb and finger, but it was the one he sneezed into, and I don't know what, can't remember what part he touched. There's the disc itself. It's not scratched. It looks a bit dirty. But it doesn't look scratched. Thankfully. Let me give it a quick wipe of that. Yeah, I think that's just coming out. There's very, very minor, like that should grip perfectly fine. But yeah, thankfully, I found a CEX where not only, you know, that was local to me, but also that had it in stock. Because not many of them did. And again, you know, it's not rare, but it is out of print, and that's, and so yeah. That's my dog's treat. Also today I got a bit of another pack in there. somewhere. There it is. 4 packs of rechargeable batteries. These have gone up in price actually to £2 each. Yeah, if you go on Poundland's website, it says they're £1.50, but in the shop they're £2. So yeah, just standard rechargeable batteries. Now Amazon did have a sale on an 8-pack for £7.75, so it would have been 25p cheaper. However, I don't know how good or bad the Amazon ones are. The Kodak ones I know are decent enough, and plus it just means I don't have to wait on them or anything. But these are for my lights. Hopefully they have some juicing, but and hopefully that USB-C port will allow them to be charged within the light itself and not have to take them out every time for an external charger. But there we go. There's that wine, but it is pretty quiet. Can it pick it up from there? If it can, I can't see the lights. There we go. But hey, there you go. There's the lights on off. I'm curious if I plug them in. I've no idea whether this is. I don't know whether the USB-C port can actually charges the batteries at all, or whether it is just when you want to power them. We'll see. It does give them that little bit extra of heft to them and that. So that's all well and good. I'll have a drink of this. It's quite nice, this one, actually. Not my favourite, but quite nice. So, excuse me, yeah. But I said I will rewatch that film, and hopefully it's good. I do remember it being good, but yeah, it's such a strange thing, because I think if it was released after 2006, it would have been released on Blu-ray. However, since it was released, it was 2006. This was released. It says copyright 2005 on the back, interestingly. Likes for photography. That's interesting. That is interesting, that. It says that on the back. Don't know, it might have been a 2000... Alexa, when did The Thief Lord come out?
The remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, called Brilliant Diamond.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, when did the film The Thief Lord come out?
The Thief Lord was released on the 27th of May 2006.
So it was 2006. Although, was that the UK or the US? Interesting. It says 2006, but yeah. If you didn't know, Blu-ray was a thing, but it only came out, in 2006, basically. In fact, it might have even been early 2007 in the UK. I really can't remember, but if that title was released a little bit later, if it came out in like mid-2007 or later, then they probably would have done a Blu-ray release. But since it was earlier, then we did a DVD release. And since it's an obscure film, like really obscure, this is how obscure the film is, actually. I wasn't able to find a pirate copy of it anywhere. Nowhere. I did have a look, first of all, because I didn't want to have to, because I would have bought the DVD, but just for the special features, and I wanted to see if anyone had a 1080p copy, but as far as I'm aware, there's never been a release of the 1080p copy, at least from what I can find. I will keep my eyes out, though, for it. Maybe one day, maybe. But there we go, people. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so... is the focus not... there we go. So it's still the 8th of May. We've got to zoom in a little bit actually here, because I've got those 4 lights up and including the microphone, and basically I won't generally use this in this type of setup. I'll just rely on my lamp, which I normally do for these bits. This is mainly for when I review stuff. Just check that focusing is working, yeah. But as you can see, the lights and that, you know, they work pretty well. It is pretty bright and stuff, so yay. Package here, just picked this up from one of the lockers when I took my dog out for his evening walk. In a box. In a box. Yeah. It is in a box. Hooray. So yeah, but the problem with it is one, it makes the arm where, because this camera, when I'm doing these bits, the camera is on, it's technically a microphone arm, although it does have though it can be used for a lighter camera like this, and it's fine with just a microphone arm, but I've noticed I can't, sometimes I tilt the camera to angle it up a bit more. I can't do that at the minute, which is why I've got to have it further away. I can't tilt, because otherwise the weight of the lights with the batteries in will make it all topple down. I've also, there's a little bit of a gap, there's barely a gap for me to get my finger in to press the power button. So, yeah, slight bit of an issue. I mean, that's what it looks like. That's what I'm looking at on mine. And you can see there where there's not much of a gap here, though thankfully since it's modular I can place one of the lights in a different place. The microphone is slightly higher up, but shouldn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, I'm just doing this test out, and we'll open this box, shall we? Where's my knife? There's my knife. I will say, it's doing a decent job. I will say, I wish I could have tightened the screws a bit, because the one on the right, the light on the right there, a little bit wobbly on there, on the mount, because the screw should really be screwed in a bit more. I'm going to have to cut this in more places than one, it seems. Ah, there we go. So yeah, they packed it well, considering this is a plush. This is a plush toy, which yeah, even wrapped it in bubble wrap inside. Like, this is rare for Vinted, as I said. This is normally, like I said, they'll send, a lot more sellers will send it in God knows what. And, you know, you'd think something that is the least fragile out of them, and that, you know, you'd think the most fragile things would be packed the best, but no. But there we go, this is brand new. And it's weird, because it's technically Modern Tales. It is Modern Tales because he's got the blue eyes. But yeah, wow, you can really, really see it. Like, it's really good for showing off things like that. So there we go, look at that. You can see how this is great for reviews and that, because white light and that is perfect for that. But there he is. And yeah, I think he looks cute. I don't know why I don't know what it is. He looks narrower in person, because basically in the pictures he looked, and all the publicity pictures I've ever seen of him, he always looks wider. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find where my receipt is. Here we go. So this cost me $13.59 total. That's including the postage, which isn't bad. He's still got his little hook at the top, his little tag hook, so I could hang him up, which I might actually do. I might actually hang him up somewhere. In fact, he could technically hang from the light there, maybe, if I could get them on there. But yeah, as I said, since he was brand new and that, because not, you know, it's not that much more to buy him brand new. I think he's about 15, 16.99. So, but yeah, so a few quid cheaper. But I don't mind that since he's clearly, you know, brand new, and that, and still got all of his tags and everything on there. And yeah, he looks cute. So very, very happy with that. So yeah, there we go. There we go, people. There we go. I'm going to turn all these lights off now and remove them. In fact, I could actually do that now. Actually, because I only have to unscrew one bit, and then the whole lights come off. I was debating whether to do this for all the unboxing bits, but I don't think I will. I think I'll stick to the light, just because of the weight on the arm, and also I have to, you know, put all these lights on individually, because they are still all individual lights. My microphone can balance there for a second, but here are the 4 lights. There we go. But I have to basically turn each of them on, and those were them at their maximum brightness. So basically, you know, whenever you turn them on, you then have to put the brightness up again a bit. Like they don't remember where they were, but I don't know if you can see this. That one a little bit wobbly. That one particularly wobbles, even though they're on there tightly. This one not too bad. But yeah, I will slacken them a bit. There we go. So I can take them apart so these bits don't snap off, because that would be the last. Oops. In terms of mounting these on a tripod, as I said, these are not a tripod mount on the bottom. But what I do realise what I can do is that basically I could get a cold shoe to tripod mount, so I could do it that way, basically, if I particularly wanted to, but I don't think I will. And yeah, now that I've got my hands free, I can sort out that microphone, put it back the way it was. So yeah, happy days, happy days. Okay, so it's the 14th of May today, and I picked up this from Cash Converters. It's a DS Lite. Yeah, it does include the charger as well, which is just plugged in over there. But I haven't charged it yet, but it did have power, because I did check it in the store. And also, most importantly, it has the Game Boy Advance flap on there. And yeah, it's in really good nick, actually. There's some minor hairline scratches if you put it up to the light, but otherwise you can't see them. Comes with the stylus, and I think this is the original one that came with it. I believe so, it looks like it. Doesn't look like a third-party one. The only minor thing about it, and I might be able to reverse, I'm not sure. Also, sorry, ignore the paint on my hand. I've been scrubbing my hands for the past 5 minutes, but can't quite get it off at the minute. But the A button there, it's I don't know, it's almost like it's got something on there. I tried to get it off before using a bit of sanitizer, but I don't know if it's yellowed. I think it's just gotten stained with something. I don't know if it's possible to remove that. Obviously, I could take a magic eraser for it, but that would probably take the lettering off. But yeah, screens look pretty decent as well, and it does work. In fact, actually, let's do that again. Before you begin, you must adjust the settings. Please touch the screen to begin. Okay. Oh my god, that is a teeny tiny keyboard. Oh, there we go. What else could it be? colour setting. And what's the date today? As I said, it was... Oh! It's American. It's month, day, year. Yeah, that should be UK. Yeah, so it's the 5th month, and it's... As I said, it's the 14th. Is it the year 2000? Interesting, it says the year 2000 because obviously this came out 2006, I think it did. But obviously it clearly has been factory reset. I'm going to turn that volume up. But yeah, I just wanted one, to be honest. I think for nostalgic, because I never did. I don't think I ever actually owned one. I didn't own one, though my friend did. Though my brother and sister later got 3DS XLs, not 3DS XLs, DSi XLs. I do have a 3DS XL, but God knows I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Somewhere in storage, basically, along with my Visa. But yeah. Well, I think what I probably will do is, if I do decide to play on this and that, I will get one of those SD to DS cards and also Game Boy. Cause I never had a Game Boy and that, and obviously this only plays Game Boy Advance games. Though saying that, you know, should be able to get it to. I know a lot of people have modified these to get rid of the top screens because my God, on Vintage particularly, so many of them that said, "Oh yeah, in good condition," had snapped hinges or particularly they were cracked around here. This one is in pretty good condition. So, but yeah, there you go. This would not be my first choice for the colour, just black, basic black. Not my last either. Because the one good thing about it being black is it hasn't yellowed, because there were some of them, like the white ones, and also particularly the turquoise ones. I saw quite a few turquoise ones where they had yellowed significantly. Now, I will give this thing probably a good thorough cleaning and disinfecting later. But other than that, yeah, pretty happy. Hinge all works, everything else works. Volume slider and everything, so... Yeah, I was going... The problem is that also my 3DS XL also has all of my DS and 3DS games in it. Got something like a what do you call it again? Bag protector thing. Case. There we go. It's like a big case. But yeah, my God. Also, the buttons, like, they are much more mushy, actually. Particularly the D-pad is really, it's more of a mushy one. Whereas I remember on the 3DS in particular, that one was very, very clicky. And I think a mushy D-pad is more comfortable for longer periods of time, though the clicky one does have its advantages as well. But I will say, for playing DS games, I think this is more comfortable for playing DS games. I think, mainly because of the placement of the D-pad, if you want to use the D-pad, because obviously on 3DS's it's further down. And that's, but on here it's like, yeah, this is, you know, perfect. And it's small. It's small. I mean, my God, there's my phone. Look at that. It's smaller than my phone. Yeah, these have two 3-inch LCD screens. I hope that is not a big scratch. Look at that, what the hell? Where did that come from? It is coming off. What the hell did that come from? It's not a scratch, it's just... I don't know what it came off, actually. Let's get that mark all the way off. I don't know what marked it just now. Thankfully it's not a scratch, it's just a mark off something. There we go, there we go.